Tina for Cat Scrappiness. Today I'm here to show you how to make a simple yet elegant holiday card, and it's using the beautiful Holly and Berries dies. They were released for this month, and I'm happy to say that I helped to design these. So what it is you have 5 sizes of dies of the holly, and you have 3 berries in different sizes. So I'm going to be making a card today using the Simple Stories 6x8 paper pad. It's called Simple Vintage Christmas. I thought that would be beautiful paper to use for a simple holiday card. And I did want to show you one card that I did make, and this one is using the holly and berry die, but I shaped up the hollies. So you can use them flat, but you can also shape them up to give it some dimension. And I did use some Crystal Nouveau drops, Morning Dew, just to give some accents on the berries. So we're gonna get started. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make an A2 size card. So what you do is you trim white cardstock 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4. And so I've already gone ahead and done that. The next thing I did is I cut the pattern paper, and it's 4 1/4 by 5.5, and I'm going to use some Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to adhere my card to the front. You can use double-sided tape, you can use a roll tape, anything you want, but I do like this glue. It holds very well, and it gives some sturdiness to the card, especially when you're mailing it. I'm going to apply it to the front, make sure everything's in line. And I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to put an acrylic block on top just to keep it flat. So the next step is I want to create a border. So I went ahead and die cut this pattern paper using the double stitch rectangle dies from Cat Scrappiness. And I also went ahead and trimmed, I want to mat it in red. So I trimmed the cardstock to 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. So I'm going to glue all that together. So I'm going to adhere the top layer to my red cardstock. And I'm going to also let this dry with an acrylic block on top. Okay, so the next thing is that I die cut 3 of the hollies and 3 of the berries, and I used glitter paper for the berries. So I want to stamp in this area and put my hollies and berries in this corner. So I need to place more or less where my hollies are going to be so that I know where to put the stamp. The stamp I want to use is the Merry Christmas from the Merry Critters stamp set. So I'm going to peel off the stamp, and I'm going to position it where I would like the sentiment to be. And so that's pretty much where it's going to be stamped. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in a stamp positioning tool, and I'll be right back. So since my other card was embossed, I decided to just go with simple stamping today. So I'm using VersaFine Onyx Black. I'm going to ink up the stamp. I'm going to close the lid and press down. I'm a terrible stamper, so I need the stamping positioning tool, because sometimes I need to do a second stamping, which in this case I do. So I'm going to re-ink up the stamp. Close the lid once more. And there you go. So I do want to have my center part of the card lifted. So I put double-sided tape, foam tape, and I've removed the release sheet, and now I'm going to adhere it to the card. Okay, now I'm going to start to glue the holly. And this time I'm leaving it flat. As you can see, there's a nice emboss in the center, which actually is great because it'll help to shape if you want to. But I'm going with a flat dimension for this one. So I'm going to stick one here. And I'm going to stick a smaller one in the center of the two larger ones. And with my crystal katana, it's going to help me to position my berry because it's just a little too small for me to hold by the hand. And I thought it would be nice to do the berries with the glitter paper just to give it some added interest. And once again, I'm just going to let this dry, and then I'll come right back. So just for some added interest and sparkle, I'm using the red jewels from Scrappiness, and they're just gorgeous. And I love it because they're red, but they have the gold. So I'm just going to adhere it using some collage medium that I put in a Doris bottle with a fine tip. And I have to tell you, I really love the crystal katana. It's one of the best tools I ever used to help me with my sequins and small little objects. So there you go, guys. A very simple yet elegant holiday card. So getting back to my other card, I did want to show you how to do the dimension on the leaves. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, so I already die cut a holly, and I'm going to show you how I added dimension to the first card. So I'm taking a stylus, and it's a medium size. I don't want something too big like this. So I'm taking it, and I'm just in a circular motion. I'm shaping the paper to be able to have that little bent in the paper. Then I turn it over, and I'm just going in a circular motion, again, just to add some dimension. And then I'm going to take tweezers, and this is a very fine tip tweezer, and I'm taking it in the center of the holly, and I'm just squishing it like that to give it the shape. You can add more shape to it. I feel that this is all that is needed, and it just helps to give a more realistic holly. So guys, that's it. This concludes today's video. Here are the two holiday cards that I made with the holly and berries die, and the red jewels, the merry critters, the double-sided rectangles die. So all the product will be linked in my YouTube below, and if you would like to have 10% on your next order, be sure to use code TINA10 at checkout Thank you for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.